So we spent the first night at Sossus Oasis, and now it's 7 o'clock in the morning. The moon is still up, and daybreak is just coming. We lined up to get through the gate to go to Sossus Vlei, which is the sand dunes and a kind of like a salt pan with trees and stuff. We're going to have a look at it. So last night was interesting to say the least, because we didn't put up a tent. Sue and I slept on camp cots right on underneath the wooden shack. Bothered by mosquitoes for a little while, but we had repellent. And then later on we had these little yippy coyotes coming around bothering us. But it was an interesting night. So it's very early still, and the sun is just coming up. And they've opened the gates and allowed us to go through.
Hi, so last night we had a sleepover at Sossus Vlei camp. Not bad. Little cottages made of reed, half duck on the top and a toilet system. Steaming hot water. And then now we're on our way out to Sossus Vlei, which is in total about 70 k's out. So it goes past the famous Dune 45, which is the tallest sand dune in the world, and people come to climb that from all over the world. We won't be climbing it, we don't have time. And then, as I say, a bit further we go to Sossus Vlei and Dead Vlei. And then we 70 k's into the desert. Then we make our way all the way back to the camp, load up, and we take a touring trip, a scenic route to Luderitz, where our next stop is.
Excellent. What did you girls think of the night?
Some of us had a good night, others of us didn't.
Yeah, it was fine until Basil said that I had 3 coyotes around my head. There's no coyotes in Africa, there's jackals, but still the sort of a jackal being around my head, that was it. Morning time, and we never went back to sleep.
So why didn't you wake us all up with coffee?
Well, there you have it. See, a little bit of excitement helps to get the nerves on edge. So, what do I think about it? Well, if you look around, this place makes the central Kalahari look like Central Park in New York. And we're passing by these red sand dunes. It's amazing, and how beautiful it looks with that sun shining on the side, and then you get those shadows. There are places where people actually climb those sand dunes, and it's not easy to climb because that sand is very, very soft. But I get onto the top and then take some pictures of the sunset or sunrise, whatever the case may be. Then of course suddenly we hit this tar road, and it's tar all the way, right in the middle of a desert, dead straight. And then you expected it's going to a town or it's going somewhere. But eventually we ended up at Sossus Vlei, and then the tar just ended. That was it. And then we were on dirt roads again. So apparently you can leave your car here, and they have these buses that can take you further to Sossus Vlei. And I wondered why, but then I found out it's pretty sandy. But we carried on going, and this guy, he was limping across the road, so he's hurt somewhere. But we carried on going, and the sand wasn't too bad. It was very smooth traveling. We saw a few roan antelope on the side of the roads. The sand got really thick, and if you were in a two-wheel drive, you wouldn't be getting through here. And even if you stopped now to let your tires down, you probably wouldn't be able to go again. We parked vehicles in the parking, and then we had to walk about 1 kilometer to get to the pan itself. It was hard going. You can see it from here, Sue. How you feeling? I'd do this 100 times if I didn't have to go back into that washroom. How you feeling, Sue? It's right here. Good job. If you fell over, that guy behind you would pick you up.
I think he does this every day. On the days he doesn't do this, he comes to the highest peak.
So, there's the Vlei. What did you say? All right. 10,000 logs. Take your pick. Hey Reg, you should have brought your skis. Looks a little bit different to what I saw on YouTube. I can't believe I was watching it on YouTube about 5 weeks ago. One of St. Clair White strips. Well, I'm standing in the middle of this pan and it's weird because this ground is solid, like almost like concrete. And then you go to the edge and the dunes go straight up. The wind keeps the dunes in shape, but what keeps the sand off the splay? I don't know, it must be, it's kind of weird, unusual, man. This is definitely, it's almost like a World Heritage Site. It's so unusual. It's just like a big flat basin that had water at one point with hardly any, well, I'd say no sand in the middle of it. It's lovely. Dead Flay is a white clay pan located near the more famous salt pan Sossus Flay inside the Namibia-Sosuss Park in Namibia. The trees are estimated to be approximately 900 years old. However, they have not decomposed due to the very dry climate. This particular tree is well photographed. Many magazines all over the world. So we left Dead Flay and we're on our way to Sossus Flay, which is just down the road. Apparently, Sossus Flay means dead end marsh. And this is Sossus Flay. So you can see the trees are got leaves and greenery on them, so probably get a lot of water here. But sand dunes in the background, great contrast. Lovely play on shadow. If you're some kind of artist.
Yeah, bad.
Good.
They walk along there and they got the dunes.
Yeah, yep. Okay, I'm not going to be doing that. Okay, so we've just come back from visiting Dead Flay and Sossus Flay. And now we're leaving Sossus Oasis campsite and we're heading to Luderitz. And from there we'll carry on our journey to the next place. So last night was pretty good. This morning was really good. Didn't take us long to pack up camp. We woke up at about 6 o'clock, and then we came back from the flays at about 10:30, and it's 11 now, and we're on the road. So everything went well, and we're hoping for a good trip from here in. One thing about the desert, what a beautiful place. It's totally different to anything I've ever experienced, and I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to go there and to see it.
The surroundings have been going from one to the next, all beautiful, beautiful things to see. I really appreciate it. It's enchantingly, hauntingly beautiful.
Yeah.
You just look around you and it's just gorgeous everywhere. I'm
Yeah.
glad I'm not an artist.
It's a desert, but it's a pretty desert, eh?
Stunning, stunning.
Yeah. I mean, even those mountains over there, look at that. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Alrighty.
Didn't know we had such beauty in South Africa.
So, Rich, what did you think of the ranger on that dirt going to the flake?
Yeah, no, the ranger did very well. We didn't let down our tires in comparison to what we drive in on the tar, or on the corrugated road. It's 2.2 all the way around, and yeah.
We've left Sossus Oasis and we're heading to Luderitz, which is 463 kilometers away. It should take us about 6 hours. This is the Bay of Luderitz. All German architecture type stuff. From the old days.
That's southwest Africa.
So we're in Luderitz and we spent the night at village accommodation, and the owner, this lady, was amazing, and the place was very clean, spacious, and we really enjoyed it there. I think it was one of the best places, most comfortable places we have stayed in a small town. So we've left Luderitz, and now we're heading to Hobart, which is 463 kilometers away. We spent a very nice evening at Villa Lodge Accommodation, which was run by a private person, very small. I think they probably only have about 3 or 4 rooms, but very comfortable, lovely beds and good ablutions and showers. It was really great. I think we all had a very nice evening there, relaxing. So today is another couple of hours trip, and we stocked up with water and some foodstuffs in Luderitz to keep us going. Yeah, so today is overcast, unusual in the desert, as you can see around us. We are right in the middle of these flat plains where there's wild horses apparently, but we didn't see any wild horses. I think it was the horses came from the original German occupation from the Second World War, and they just let the horses go wild. So yeah. Then lucky enough, along the route we came across these wild horses.
Let's give them apples.
So we were really happy to see them. We've heard a lot about them. What a nice, pretty. Hey guys. So these are the wild horses that we haven't seen up until now. They seem to have a lot more fur on them than average horses, and their eyes are black. Apparently there's a lot of these horses around this area. This is just a few that we saw. We couldn't resist stopping the ranger at this point and taking a photograph at the dash, 33,333.3 kilometers. Kolmanskoop, in Afrikaans Coleman's Head, is a ghost town in the Namib in southern Namibia. It was named after a transport driver named Johnny Coleman, who during a sandstorm abandoned his ox wagon on a small incline opposite the settlement, once a small but a very rich mining village run by the joint firm Namibia-De Beers. Well, that was an uneventful trip, but very nice. So basically we have arrived at Hobas campsite, which is about 10k from the Fish River Canyon, which we'll see tomorrow. And apparently there's some hot springs out there, so that's going to be interesting. This is our setup. Behind the truck there you can just see the top of my tent, and that's the eating pagoda, let's call it, and the rooftop tent on top of that little trailer over there. And that's the tent that Sue and I sleep in. Very nice actually. It's lightweight, big, and it has 2 rooms in it. I see Reggie's checking the pressure of the tires. This morning this tire was about 3/4 flat over those roads we went yesterday. I don't know what happened, but there's no nail. We pumped it up this morning and it's still inflated, so I guess it might be okay. This is Reggie's tent. Normally goes on top of a truck, but he found it convenient to put it on a trailer because we needed to take a lot of water into the desert. There it is, 2-man tent. And this is mine and Susan's tent, like I said, and she's busy making up the beds. Normally we have 2 stretcher beds, but it's cold tonight, so we're gonna kind of like snuggle up in there, because it's as we get closer to Cape Town now, it's going to get colder and colder. Remember, this is turning into winter in the south here. How's the tires, Rich? Good? Excellent. Spaghetti tonight. Spaghetti tonight, girls? Did you say spaghetti tonight? Spaghetti tonight. With that curry sauce, right?
Curry sauce?
No, I'm only kidding.
That's separate.
No, I'm only kidding. It's going to be normal. It's going to be good though.
You got salsa sauce?
That's good. Shove it on it. We saw this very interesting tree at the camp gate. It's almost like a Jacob tree. So, this is the Fish River Canyon in Namibia. It's a really big hole. It's not as big as the Grand Canyon, but it's no less impressive. What do you think, Nell? Big, eh?
I didn't know we had something like this here, but it's really, it's unbelievable.
So this is the main viewing platform, and it has this wall of memories here that give you a kind of update of what's happened over the years. Tells you the whole history of everything around this area. Very nice. Well done. So that concludes episode 8, and next we go on to episode 9, which is Springbok and Langebaan. If you enjoyed this series, please click like and subscribe, and you'll be notified when the next video comes out. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.